Good morning, students. Yesterday we have learned the work energy theorem. Okay, let us solve one problem so that we can have application of work energy theorem. There is a mass of 2 kg. There is a body of 2 kg initially at rest. It moves under the action of applied force. Initially at rest, it moves under the application of horizontal force of 7 Newton on a table. This is the table surface. And the surface of this table with the blocked surface has a coefficient of kinetic friction 0.1. It has a coefficient of kinetic friction 0.1. Compute work done by the applied force in 10 seconds. If the force is being applied for 10 seconds, what is the work done by the applied force in 10 seconds? Second, work done by the friction in 10 seconds. If 7 Newton of force is acting in this forward direction, then friction will be acting in the opposite direction. What is work done by applied force? What is work done by applied force? And what is work done by kinetic friction? See here, kinetic friction will be in the opposite direction. Then what is work done by the net force in 10 seconds? What is change in the kinetic energy of the body in 10 seconds? Okay, that is the last question. Now let us first calculate. First one, work done by the applied force in 10 seconds. So to calculate the work done, we need to calculate what is the displacement. So work done is equal to force into displacement. Force is given. 7 Newton is the force. What is its displacement? We don't know. How much is the displacement taking place in 10 seconds? We need to calculate. So for that we need to calculate what is the acceleration first. So first part, A. So before we calculate work done directly, applied force, we just write applied external force. F is equal to 7 Newton. Mass of the given block. So using this mass, we can calculate acceleration. M is equal to 2 kg. 2 kg mass. So we can calculate what is acceleration. Therefore, acceleration due to applied force. Let me call this acceleration as A1 because there are two accelerations. One is the acceleration in the direction of motion, another is the acceleration due to friction in the opposite direction. That is what we call it as retardation. We will call acceleration A1, retardation A2. Both will calculate. First acceleration A1 is equal to F by M 7 by 2. So that gives us 3.5 meter per second square. 3.5 meter per second square. This is part A. Now similarly let us calculate acceleration when a friction force Fk acts. So let us calculate what is friction. Friction, that is in particular kinetic friction, Fk equal to mu k n. By the law of kinetic friction we know that Fk is equal to mu k n, where n is the normal reaction and W is the weight. Weight is equal to mg, and which balance is the normal reaction balance is the weight. So this I can write as mu k into mg. Substitute the value of mu k. Mu k is given here 0.1. 0.1 into mass 2 kg into acceleration due to gravity 9.8. Take 9.8 as the acceleration due to gravity, 9.8 meter per second square. So if you multiply this, how much you are going to get? 9.8 into 2 becomes 19.6. 9.8 into 2, 19.6. 19.6 into 2.1 becomes 1.96. So this becomes the frictional force that is in the opposite direction. So what is acceleration due to frictional force? Let us call that acceleration as A2. Therefore, A2, this we can write it as retardation. Retardation due to opposing frictional force is equal to Fk divided by m. Same, Newton's second law. Force of friction divided by mass. Fk is 1.96 and mass is 2 kg. So if you cancel 2, you are left with 2, if you cancel here, you are left with 9.8 into 0.1, that is 0.98. That becomes 0.98 meter per second square. This is A2, but A2 is negative. A2 is negative because it is opposing force. As a result, the body undergoes retardation. Therefore, A2 is negative. Now we can calculate net acceleration. Net acceleration due to applied force and frictional force. A is equal to A1 plus A2. That becomes A1 minus A2 because A2 is negative. So net acceleration A1 plus A2 becomes A1 minus A2. That is A1 is how much? A1 just now calculated 3.5 minus 0.98. So if it is confusing, you can write A1 plus A2. A2 is, since it is negative, so A1 plus A2 is the net acceleration. So A1 is 3.5, A2 is minus 0.98. Why is it so? Because frictional force is negative, right? Therefore it is retardation. Okay. Now net acceleration thus if we calculate 0 minus 8 becomes 2, carry 1. 15 minus 10 becomes 15, carry 1. 2.52 meter per second square. So thus we get net acceleration due to applied force and frictional force 2.52 meter per second square. Now the body starts from rest. So initial velocity is, so how much distance it covers in 10 seconds? How much distance it covers in 10 seconds we need to calculate. That distance multiplied by force gives us work done. So now we calculate distance in 10 seconds. S is equal to UP plus half AT square. U is 0. So 0 plus half 2.52 into T. T is 10 square. 10 square. So cancel this. Thus you are getting distance covered is equal to 2 ones are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 6s are 1.26 into 100. 1.26 into 100, square root of 10 is 100, so it becomes 126 meter. So thus we got the distance or displacement due to applied force as 126 meter. Now we can calculate directly work done by the applied force. Therefore, work done by applied force, that is first part. Work done by external applied force. W is equal to F into distance D. Distance D that we have calculated as 126 meter. So F is how much? 7. 7 into 126. This gives us work done by applied force. 7 6 are 42. Carry 4. 7 2s are 14 plus 4 18. Carry 1. 7 1s are 7 plus 1 8. 882 Newton. This is the 882 Newton meter. So that's how we get work done by applied force as 882 joule. So this is first part. Now this is the work done by applied force in 10 seconds. Now similarly, work done by friction. Work done by friction in 10 seconds. We know the displacement now 126 meter, so we can directly calculate work done. So this work done will be negative. You call this one as W1, this one you call it as W2. Right? W1, W2 by the friction. So Fk into displacement D. So Fk is negative as we have taken here 1.96. So minus 1.96 into displacement is 126. So if you carry out this gives us the displacement in work done in 10 seconds by the friction. How much we are going to get? If you work it out, it comes out to be minus 247 joule. Minus 247 joule, almost minus 247 joule. Now this is second part. Now the third part. What is third part? Work done by the net force on the body in 10 seconds. Work done by net force on the body in 10 seconds. So this must be subtraction of these two. W1 minus W2 must be giving you the work done by net force. What is net force? Applied force minus kinetic friction. Because applied force is in the forward direction, kinetic friction is in the opposite direction. Therefore, F minus Ft is the net force into displacement 126. So if you just subtract, what is F? 7 minus Fk 1.96 into displacement 126. So if you carry out this, you are going to get 5.04. 10 minus 6 4. So you are going to get 5.04 into 126. So much of joules. So this is a work done by net force. Work done by net force, if you calculate this, it comes out to be 635 joules. You can verify 882 minus 247, 12 minus 7, 5, 8 minus 5, 3, 8 minus 2, 6. So if you take W1 minus W2, that itself is work done by net force. Now the last one is, what is the change in kinetic energy of the body in 10 seconds? So directly with the help of the work energy theorem, directly we can say change in kinetic energy of a body is equal to work done by net force. Change in kinetic energy of a body is equal to work done by net force. Let us verify. Change in kinetic energy in 10 seconds. So to calculate this, we know that delta K, change in kinetic energy, is equal to Kf minus Ki. What is Ki? Initial kinetic energy. The body started with initial velocity u equal to 0. So initial kinetic energy half mv square. Half mv square. So definitely it is 0. Then we want half Kf, half mv square. What is v value? We don't know. So use first equation. What is the final velocity after 10 seconds? We know the acceleration. Using acceleration we can calculate what is the velocity after 10 seconds. So velocity after 10 seconds. Velocity after 10 seconds. P equal to u plus at. So here we have to take net acceleration. A1 minus A2. Net acceleration already we got the net acceleration A1 minus A2, that is 2.52. So u is 0 plus 2.52 net acceleration into time taken 10 seconds. So thus we get v equal to 25.2 meter per second. Now we can calculate change in kinetic energy. Therefore, change in kinetic energy delta K equal to Kf minus Ki. Kf half mv square. Ki 0. So just substitute half into mass 2 kg into v square 25.2 into 25.2. So if you cancel this, 2 ones are 2 2s are 2 ones are 2 ones are. If you cancel 25.2 whole square, if you work it out, this also comes out to be 635 joules. Almost 635 joules. So from this we can come to know that change in kinetic energy is equal to work done by net force. That's how we can verify work energy theorem. Okay, now next we will learn what is meaning of kinetic energy. Okay, now we will learn about very important part, that is form of mechanical energy we call it as kinetic energy. If m is the mass of a body moving with some velocity v, if m is the mass of a body moving with some velocity v, the energy processed due to its motion is called kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is given by half mv square. How do you define kinetic energy? The ability of doing work by the virtue of its motion. The ability of doing work. Ability of doing work is energy. The ability of doing work by the virtue of its motion or due to its motion. Kinetic energy. In simple terms, we can say the energy processed by moving body, the ability of doing work by the virtue of motion. The energy processed by the virtue of its motion is called kinetic energy, which is we know half mv square. Half mv square is for a body in rectilinear motion, for a body in straight line motion. If the body is in 3-dimensional motion or 2-dimensional motion, then we need to take velocity as the vector quantity. So v square can be written as v dot v, velocity vector. V square can be written as velocity v vector dot v vector. So that becomes v square. So I can write here. Therefore, for a body in 2D or 3D motion, same equation can be written as kinetic energy becomes half m v dot v. V dot v. V dot v gives us v square. So it is a scalar quantity. So mv, what is mv then? Then half p dot v. mv, where v, what is p here? Where p is the momentum of the particle, which is given by mass into velocity. Momentum is given by mass into velocity mv. Therefore, p is equal to mv. If you substitute, you will get kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is half mv square. Let us solve one or two problems so that the meaning of kinetic energy becomes simple. Okay, look at this simple problem. In a ballistic demonstration, a police officer fires a bullet of mass 50 gram with a speed of 200 meter per second on a soft wood of thickness 2 centimeter. The bullet emerges with only 10% of its initial kinetic energy. What is the emergent speed of the bullet? So this is a soft wood and the bullet is fired with a speed of Vi. Let us take with a speed of about 200 meter per second. After entering and coming out, it pierces out of this. When it comes out of the softwood, its kinetic energy is reduced to 10%. If initial kinetic energy is Ki, right? Initial kinetic energy, if it is Ki, final kinetic energy when it emerges, Kf is equal to 10% of Ki. If this is the given condition, what is its final velocity? How much is its emerging speed when it comes out of this soft wood? This is the question. So first we will calculate what is its initial kinetic energy. Initial kinetic energy before it hits the softwood. Initial kinetic energy. Half mvi square, half into mass 50 gram. 50 gram, 50 into 10 to the power of minus 3. 1 gram is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 kg. You have to convert into assign it. 50 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg. Into velocity 200 into 200. 200 into 200. So this you can calculate. 2 ones are 200s are. So it becomes 5 to the 10. You see, 5 to the 10. 1 0 you can cancel, or you can just write 5 to the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. 5 to the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros into 10 raised to minus 3. So that becomes initial kinetic energy Ki. That's equal to, you can write 10 raised to 6 are there. 10 raised to 6 minus 3. So it becomes 10 raised to 3 joules. This is initial kinetic energy. When it emerges out of the softwood, final kinetic energy is given. Final kinetic energy. Kf is 10% of Ki. So 10% we calculate. 10 out of 100 into 10 raised to 3. So if you cancel this, you are left with 10 into 10, 100 joules. 10 into 10, 100 joules. So only 100 joules of final kinetic energy is left out. Then what is Vf? We know that Kf is equal to half m Vf square. Half m Vf square. Therefore, we want to calculate Vf square. Vf square is equal to 2 Kf by 2 Kf divided by m. So 2 into Kf 100 divided by mass. Mass is 50 gram. 2 Kf by 100, mass is 50 gram. 50 into 10 to the power minus 3. So that becomes Vf. So we have to take square root of Vf. Square root of this. So if you cancel 0, 0, 5 ones are 5 ones are, then becomes 4 into 10 raised to 3 under root. 4 into 10 raised to 3 under root. I think correct. 0, 0 cancels. 5 ones are 5 ones are 4 400 into 10. 400 into 10. So 20 into 20 is 400. So it becomes 20 root 10. So if you calculate this 20 root 10, it comes out to be 63.2. 63.2 meter per second. So that's how we can calculate the problem with the help of the meaning of kinetic energy. Now I will give you one problem to try yourself. Try it yourself. That is also based on the concept of kinetic energy. Look at the problem. An electron and a proton are detected with kinetic energies 10 kilo electron volt and 100 kilo electron volt. Which is faster? In an experiment, an electron and proton are detected with different kinetic energies 10 kilo electron volt and 100 kilo electron volt respectively. 10 kilo electron volt is that of electron, 100 kilo electron volt is that of proton respectively. Which is moving faster? Is it electron or proton from this given data? Obtain the ratio of their speeds. Mass of electron is given 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kilogram. Proton mass is given 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kilogram. 1 electron volt also you know 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 joule. 1 kilo electron volt means what? 1 kilo electron volt. 1 kilo means 1000. 1000 electron volt. 1000 electron volt if you multiply with this 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 into 10 raised to 3. 1000 multiplied by this. So it comes out to be 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 16 joules. So use this data to calculate the ratio of their speed, which one is moving faster. So we will solve different varieties of problem in the next video. Until then, have a nice day, good day, bye.